What is happening, guys? FPS Boff here, and first of all I must say a big thanks to Thunder for featuring this video on the channel, and this is my first upload to TSG, so I really do appreciate it. Okay, for today's video I'm going to be talking about Rainbow Six Siege and whether or not I think it's worth you trying it out. You know, I'm fully aware that as a community channel it's been predominantly Call of Duty in the past on here, but recently, you know, there's been a good variety of games uploaded on here, and I guess I wanted to bring some Rainbow Six Siege to people's attention. And as far as FPS games go at the moment, you know, this is definitely up there as my most enjoyable. And over the past few months I've sunk my teeth into, I guess, a huge amount of hours on this game, and it still doesn't feel as though the enjoyment will dry up anytime soon. And, you know, of course, this game won't be for everyone, I know that, but if you're someone who enjoys playing as a part of a team, then I think this game will definitely interest you. You know, it had a few issues when released last December, but as of now, you know, it's running really good as an FPS game, how an FPS should do. And in terms of play styles, you know, if you're a keen objective-based gamer, this will certainly be right up your street like it is for me. You know, as a big search and destroy fan from way back in Call of Duty World at War, you know, this game really appealed to me, and I guess it kept me coming back for more and more. And I feel as though this game has gone under the radar a little bit, actually. You know, since it was launched last December, you know, Ubisoft for me, they're not the greatest of game developers. You know, they get a lot of grief and stuff like that, so you know, probably a lot of people turned their nose up at it when it was released. But in the past year, you know, we've seen quite a lot of FPS titles released on the market. So last year we had Black Ops 3. Now we've got Overwatch. Obviously now we've had Battlefield 1. We have Titanfall 2. I guess you can add Modern Warfare Remastered into the mix as well. And I'm sure there's probably a few more which I can't really think of at the moment, or I forgot to mention. You know, and so obviously there are a handful of FPS games there occupying our time over the past year, but I felt as if Siege hadn't been given enough credit, and I feel it's the dark horse in terms of shooter games on the market at the moment, in terms of like gameplay and enjoyment and fun factor, I guess. But as a game, you know, it's a hell of a lot of fun to play if you have played it, especially more so if you can party it with friends in a group of 5. You know, it's a good laugh. And it also offers that bit of competitive edge whilst you're playing, you know, whilst you're playing it, you know, it's something that appeals to most of us as FPS fans. You know, we want to win, we want to compete and play as good as we can. I know there's some of us who just do it leisurely and just play for fun and stuff, which is, you know, that's great. And as a tactical based shooter, you know, it can limit if you're deemed a lone wolf to an extent. You know, it does limit that. Although, you know, I've had plenty of good games playing on my own as well. So, you know, you can play on your own, but, you know, it's preferably you want to be playing with friends because it's all down to teamwork and communication and stuff. So, you know, I'd definitely say it's worth the risk if you're bored of your normal FPS game at the moment, or are looking to freshen up your catalogue and try something new and different to play. And one thing I would say, you know, it's not like your usual shooter game where you can ideally just pick up the controller and get straight into it, you know, like you can with Call of Duty and a few other games. You know, the skill gap is quite high in my opinion, and so it does require a bit more time and patience at first. But, you know, in terms of learning how to manage different weapons, that's what you've got to get into, and how operators work, which you can use. But once you've had a few hours on the game and got used to it, you know, the mechanics of the game are a lot different to your likes of Call of Duty, Overwatch and games like that. But once you get into it and learn all the different weapons and operators, you know, this game will be a lot of enjoyment to you. And as far as DLC goes, and to be honest, they are probably the most dreaded 3 letters for most of us when we hear about buying a game. You know, it's all revolves around money nowadays and having to purchase stuff, you know, DLC and map packs and guns. But one thing I do love about Siege, you know, is the fact that all DLC is free of charge to everyone. So, you know, you can come into this game with a clear head, knowing you don't have to worry about pay-to-win weapons and other stuff like that. And, you know, in the game, it's a positive to keep the whole player base together. Unlike big franchises like Call of Duty and Battlefield, where, you know, if you buy the Season Pass or Battlefield Premium, it kind of splits the games in half. So you have your die-hard fans who obviously are going to buy all the map packs and stuff like that. And then you've got your, like I said before, you've got your leisurely gamers who just come on every now and then, and they probably don't buy your map packs and season passes and things because they don't play it as often. So it kind of splits the portion in half. So you have your diehards on one side and you have your casual gamers on the other. And, you know, I believe with a smaller franchise like Rainbow Six, I know it's not a really small franchise because it's been around for years and years, but it was a sensible decision to do this, you know, keep it all together in order to keep the whole community together without having to split anyone up and have like season pass holders playing on their own. So, you know, it's good to keep everyone together. And I don't entirely know if that made sense, but, you know, you should understand where, hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from with that. It kind of a bit of a muddle. And so I guess I'm going to be leaving it here for this video. You know, it was only a short one, and I know this was probably a little bit different of a gameplay to what you'd usually see on this channel. And of course, the game won't be everyone's cup of tea, which, you know, I can agree with that. And there are probably some of you out there who disagree with what I've said in this commentary, which is absolutely fine. You know, I've got no qualms about that. But the idea of this commentary was, I guess, you know, it was an eye opener to gamers who were there, who may have be a little bit undecided on this game, or FPS fans out there who are looking for something a little bit different or fresh to play over the coming months. And also, if you're looking to pick this game up, you know, now is a good time to do so. I think here in the UK at the moment, you could probably pick it up for about £25, £20, something like that, which for an online multiplayer, you know, an online multiplayer environment, it's totally worth it in my opinion. So if you've stopped by until the end of this video, I really do appreciate it. It's probably fair to say people may not have been interested in Rainbow Six Siege, so they might stay away from the video, which, you know, it's no bother to me at all. If they don't want it, that's fair enough. Let me know down below in the comments on your thoughts about the game. So if you've played it, who are your favourite operators, what guns do you like using? And also, if you have any questions about the game, if you're looking to pick it up or you're a bit undecided, fire some questions down below and I'll definitely answer them for you. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, take it easy.